Encounters with Sasquatch, especially as a child, can scare, frighten, and even traumatize someone for life. I know because it happened to me. I was only 12. I had this encounter with Bigfoot many years ago. While it was brief, it made me afraid of the woods and of being out alone after dark. A terrible past experience that left me with lasting nightmares and PTSD. This is my story of how I met Bigfoot. The day began like any other. I woke up, ate breakfast, and went to school. We were told by our teacher that we would be going on a field trip to a nearby forest. We all packed our bags and headed to the woods. It was a beautiful day. While walking into the forest, I didn't expect anything out of the ordinary. But when we started walking down the path, I suddenly heard a loud, deep roar. I stopped in my tracks and turned around. I looked behind me. There was a huge creature standing in the middle of the path. We were all scared when we saw that giant creature. It was standing in the middle of the path. Its hair was black. It was breathing heavily and it smelled horrible. I don't think I've ever seen anything that big before. We were all afraid and began to cry. I was sure that I wouldn't be able to walk any farther. We were so frightened that we couldn't even talk. We were all so scared that we couldn't move. We were terrified. We didn't know what to do. I started crying, and I kept saying, "Please, please help me." We were so scared that some of us could not even talk or scream. I remember the teachers telling us to stay calm and to start slowly walking away as they kept watch on the creature. When you are facing a problem, it's very important to stay calm and think rationally. If you panic, you might do something that you will regret later. From what I understand, the teachers were able to deter the Bigfoot from following us, and it eventually walked into the thickness of the woods, leaving us behind. The Bigfoot encounter was officially reported and explained to all the parents. They described the creature as being 7 feet tall, covered in long dirty hair, and had large shiny eyes. I don't know exactly what was told to my parents. They refused to tell me the complete truth. However, I was told it was a man in a costume. But I know better, that was no man in a costume. No human being could be that size and roar with such intensity. So believe it or not, this is my Bigfoot story. There is no doubt that Bigfoot is real. I got some measure of peace in finally talking about this and knowing I'm not alone. If you've never experienced the Bigfoot phenomenon firsthand, this may well convince you of its reality. And why those of us who have, are left with lifelong scars.